Whenever a new device comes out, we're all looking for those huge headline-grabbing features. But what if the most powerful upgrades aren't the ones on the billboards? What if they're actually hidden, working behind the scenes in the apps you already use every single day? Well, that's exactly what we're going to uncover. Believe it or not, the new iPhone has these 5 AI powers that most people will probably just scroll right past. We're talking about tools that quietly write, design, and even think with you. Today, we're going to unlock them one by one. These things are already changing how you use your phone, even if you haven't noticed yet. All right, first up, let's talk about your invisible writing partner. We're going to start with something we all do constantly, right? Writing. Emails, notes, messages. It's how we get our thoughts out into the world. So, have you ever had that moment? You're just staring at a blank screen. You know what you want to say, but you can't find the right words to sound professional or friendly or, just not awkward. What if I told you that you've now got a co-writer built right into your phone? And this is the first big secret. Apple Intelligence is basically your own personal editor, and it's everywhere. This isn't some new app you have to download or open up. Nope, it's just there. A layer of smarts that lives inside Mail, Notes, Pages, even other apps. It's always on, just waiting to help you out. And the way it works is just so simple. Seriously, you just write your draft, get all your messy first thought ideas down in an email or a note, then you tap into the intelligence tools. And boom, you can instantly rewrite it to sound more professional. You can have it proofread everything, or you can even take a huge chunk of text and get a quick summary. Your rough draft gets a major upgrade, just like that. Okay, so that's writing. Next up, let's look at how this AI is creating a smarter conversation. We've all known Siri for years as a voice assistant, right? Well, now it's becoming a real conversational partner. And this is a huge, huge leap. Siri is way more than just an assistant now because it finally understands context. What does that mean? It means it has on-screen awareness. It literally sees what you're seeing on your screen, it knows what's happening in your apps, and it can actually do things based on your personal info, like what's in your calendar or messages. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, and it's how Apple is trying to balance all this power with your privacy. So your on-device Siri handles all the personal stuff, your context, your apps, your tasks, it all stays right there on your phone. But what if you need some broader knowledge? Well, Siri can now tap into ChatGPT for that. But, and this is key, only when you say so. You have to give it permission every single time. Think of it like this. Siri is your super private personal manager, and ChatGPT is the expert consultant it can call in for a specific job. All right, so we've seen how this AI can help you polish your work. But what about making something from scratch? Well, our third secret is all about creativity on command. This is where your words can literally turn into visuals. This is where things get really fun. First, there's Genmoji. Forget the standard emoji keyboard. Now you can create custom emojis just by describing them. Then you have Image Playground, which lets you generate totally unique illustrations right inside your messages or notes. You're not just reacting anymore, you're creating. I mean, just think about it. You could type something like, create an emoji of a robot filming a video, and it just makes it for you. A totally unique Genmoji to send to your friends, or you could create a sticker from a photo of your dog. It's making creativity as simple as just typing a sentence. Okay, let's move from the digital world back into the real one. Because how we capture our memories, that's getting a massive AI upgrade too. We're talking about having a director in your pocket. Seriously, the camera now actually thinks like a filmmaker. For so long, we've had to be the camera operator, right? Framing the shot, trying to follow the action, keeping everything in focus. Well, Apple Intelligence is here to take over that job for you. So the tech that makes this happen is called smart video framing. It's basically an AI that can look at a scene and figure out who the main subject is. And as that person moves, the camera will automatically and smoothly pan, tilt, and zoom to keep them perfectly in the frame. The focus just shifts naturally, exactly like you'd see in a professionally shot movie. And that's really the best way to put it. It is exactly like having a director built right into your phone. Suddenly, you're not just some person holding a phone trying to get a decent shot. You get to be the storyteller. The AI handles all the technical camera work, and you just get to focus on the moment. Okay, we've seen how this AI can write, talk, create, and even film. But the fifth and final secret, well, it might be the most important one of all, and that's the privacy foundation. How is Apple doing all of this incredible stuff without compromising your personal data? Because let's be real, this is the question everyone has about AI, right? How is my data being used? In a world where every other AI seems to be hungry for your data, Apple is trying something totally different, and it all comes down to their architecture. Okay, so here's the deal. It's called private cloud compute. The idea is simple. Your iPhone does as much of the work as it possibly can right there on the device. For the really heavy-duty tasks, it can send the request to a special, secure Apple Cloud server. But, and this is the whole point, your data is never, ever stored there. It's not accessible to Apple, it's used to process your request, and then it's basically destroyed, gone. So the core promise here is pretty simple. Your intelligence is personal, and it's going to stay that way. The reason Apple Intelligence is so powerful is because it gets your personal context. But the reason you can trust it is because that context is always protected. It's designed for you and for your eyes only. So when you look at what's happening everywhere else, with everyone scrambling to just slap AI onto their products, you realize Apple didn't just add AI. No, it designed a partner that helps you write better, create whatever you can imagine, and capture memories in a more beautiful way. And it does it all without ever peeking into your private life. And that really sums it up. AI isn't just about being smart anymore. Now it's about being subtle, personal, and private. The future of this tech isn't about which AI can shout the loudest. It's about which one can be genuinely helpful, truly personal, and something you can actually trust. So all these tools, they're quiet, they're subtle, and they're right there at your fingertips, which leaves just one last question, and it's really the only one that matters now. What are you going to create with it?